Hello guys and welcome back to the channel. I'm here to bring you another special video here talking about the Candleberry plant and how to farm them as optimal as possible, and as you can see here, achieve quantities as high as 32 or more in some cases during your raids. Now for the keen-eyed of you, you will notice on the thumbnail that there is a specific item that we're looking for. Of course there is an event now dedicated to finding the berries, which is the Cold Snap event, and I've personally had the greatest success finding them on Buried City. There's quite a lot of condensed locations and spawns. We'll put those up on screen very soon, but ultimately what we're trying to do here is look for baskets. Now why are those baskets so important? Well, for a lot of you, you may have already realized that the Lush Blooms event is no longer spawning. So I think this is a mechanic in terms of, let's say, seasons in the literal sense, but also in the game sense, right? So of course we're in the winter season now, so we have a winter themed map event in Cold Snap, and of course with Lush Blooms disappearing from the cycle of conditions, the baskets actually do still spawn in the same capacity within the Cold Snap condition as well. So again, I'll put the spawn locations on screen now for you to see, because there are many spawn locations, not only of the bushes by themselves, but also the baskets. So I'm going to showcase some gameplay here. I'm not recording this live, it is audio separately to the gameplay, so we may skip ahead at certain points, but there isn't really an optimal route as such. But as you can see in the initial footage, I also find raider caches. Now, to my surprise, these also do include a decent amount of berries. As you can see, we already gathered 4 in the first minute or so of spawning into the round. It's worth noting that I think the 32 that I obtained from this run was somewhere in the region of about 10 to 12 minutes, I think, but we'll see as the footage gets closer to the end on the times. But realistically, all that's needed for this particular run, or to optimize the strategy, is just adrenaline shots. I mean, I brought in 10 on this particular raid, as we can see the first container that I just ping here. And of course, it's not just Candleberries, there's some seeds, there's apricots, there's lemons, all the same usual things that you got from the Lush Blooms event baskets also apply to these ones too. Now, adrenaline shots, I haven't done full calculations on this yet, but I did notice that it does feel as though the cold doesn't settle in, or the frostbite doesn't settle in and do damage to you while adrenaline shots are maybe active or you're using them, because we've nearly been outside for 2 minutes and I'm still not taking any damage. You can certainly see visibly that my character has a lot more snow on his body now. There's some audible sounds. My breath is visible, and of course I'm warming my hands up as well. So there is some management to be done outside of just running around. There is of course this concept of staying inside. So you'll see now that I take a breather. I personally think this is a good opportunity really. If you've got 2 monitors like I have as well, then effectively what I'm doing is scanning the map on where I am versus the spawn map on metaforge.app. It's a super useful website for more than just, of course, this. I've showcased that in previous videos as well. But as you can see, I'm moving on to the next step. There is actually a basket that spawns here sometimes by this red container below us, but we didn't get any luck this time. But the reality is, for a 10-minute run, obtaining 32 Candleberries is very good value, right? Now, interestingly, why this is also a very good valuable run is because we do actually obtain Candleberries passively in the merit system. There's a total of 180 to be obtained. By the time you get about 11,000 merits, I think it is, maybe a little bit more than that, there are 180 berries. Now for the event, you need a total of 250 Candleberries. So that's a deficit of 70 Candleberries that we need to farm or pick up and locate. Now at first, on my first run, I gained maybe 2 or 3 on damn battlegrounds just from looking for outdoor plants, not knowing of course yet that these baskets existed and of course contained the berries. So for me this is a super slick strategy and optimal way of obtaining berries in not only a short period, but also in terms of being able to complete the event fairly quickly. I'm going to have another video coming out as well on the details of the event, what items you need to look for, except or other than the Candleberries, sorry, because they are of course the biggest and largest quantity component. As we see, I grab another basket here with 6, so already we're on 16 Candleberries, and we've only been in the match for what, 5 minutes. Of course, very limited PvP happening. I'm on the North American server for anybody wondering why maybe there's a lower level of aggression. But again, I'm just cross-referencing at all times while playing. Where's the next spawn location that I can go to? This house on the corner that we're about to come to here tends to be a good spot just for the bush spawns. Now, they don't just carry 1 per bush. Sometimes you can get 2, sometimes 3 even from 1 bush. And I think here we see about 4 of them. So as you can see, just past the Plaza Rosa on the west side, there are these berries that spawn here next to this buried house. And then, of course, 1 sort of halfway through the roof. And 1 or 2 sometimes spawn over here by some of the cacti and other trees. So again, I'm just constantly cross-referencing the spawns on Metaforge app's interactive map and just running around to those locations. There's no other smart way to do this or quicker way to do this as far as I'm aware. I just liked Buried City the most so far because of how condensed the spawns seem to be in comparison to other places. So all in all, as I say, 32 berries on this run seems to be a successful run, but also one that I think can be replicated again and again quite comfortably. Now, of course, I opt to continue on at this stage. I mean, even 5 minutes in, I think we have somewhere in the region of about 20 plus. You could easily just extract here rather than carrying on like I am, but I'm just trying to not necessarily even optimize, but I'm just checking for the video purposes as well where additional spawns may be, or how many can I really get within a short time frame. So we're just going to this location. There is a bush sometimes that spawns there, so no luck this time. We stop inside a little bit again just to prevent some frostbite. We hear some arc in the background as well, so just taking a breather and marking the next location to go to. And really, this is the brunt of the video, guys. This is it. The baskets are there. Use them to your advantage. Especially while I think this is a fairly unknown strategy. When the Lush Blooms event was active prior to this patch, it was usually quite a packed event in terms of people going to get the baskets because of the value they held in raw cash. But honestly, this I constantly find baskets that have been untouched. So I'm not sure that a lot of players are even aware they spawn, let alone the fact that they contain the berries. So if you're watching this video as it's released, then great. Good luck to you guys, and I hope that you get the benefit from it. But of course, again, we're only looking for a deficit of around 70 or 80 berries or whatever it is to actually finalise the details in the event, or the volume that we need for the event purposes. But if you're somebody like me that, you know, I'm a bit of a completionist. I like completing things not only quickly, but I also like to try to optimise them and do things effectively. It's just one element I enjoy in gaming in general, not just Arc Raiders. Then absolutely, you know, pile on this strategy. You don't even need to really rely on the merits to provide you with those 180 berries with this strategy. You could simply run this route maybe 10 times and you would probably have enough, or very close to enough, to be able to complete all of the stages of the Flickering Flames event. So again, guys, I'm going to put out a video describing the Flickering Flames event in a bit more detail, because we, as you know, we don't just need berries. There are a series of other items that we need to remember about, or we need to bear in mind, sorry, before we sell them or before we recycle them or do anything else with them. So I'll look out for that video, please, and of course subscribe for more content like this in the future. And that's the run, guys. So returning to Speranza, as I said, we've got 32 berries in total on this particular run. In the end, I think it took about 12 minutes in terms of the run from start to finish. Again, I'll just leave the route on screen here so you can see what pathway I took, and I'll put the spawn locations again just on the left-hand side on screen for you to refer to see effectively where I was running through and past and what I obtained. In fact, this was 27 on this run, sorry. I did manage to get a 30-something, which is the screenshot shared at the beginning of the run. But that's it, guys. That is the strategy. I think it's the best one that I've found so far, but let me know in the comments below what you've had in terms of your luck, in terms of strategies, what you found works, what doesn't work. And again, I'll just run through on screen here the rewards of the merit system, because I think it's important, again, to understand that one of the benefits of this run is that you'd have to do so little of them if you're passively gaining so many through this Flickering Flames event system. So as you can see, there's 10 for 1200, there's 10 for 2400. That consistently increases as we go on, and the total amount that you can receive after the 11,400 mark is 180 Candleberries, and that is more than enough to get you started in your first few stages of the Flickering Flames event. And then you only need to do a few of these runs to effectively finish it off, guys. So again, I'm going to leave the video here. Thanks very much for watching. Do consider subscribing for more Arc Raiders content coming your way. And of course, smash that like button if you enjoyed the content. And I'll see you guys in the next one.